Yeah. So yeah, I mean it's a tricky one. Yeah, I mean we can remove the history for now. I mean it doesn't tell you anything anyway. It's kind of useless because it just says, you know, with the vault number from address to address in the blockchain hash, and you get all that by being in the uh, by clicking on the view on Etherscan button anyway. You get exactly that. So I don't think it's needed for now. The only thing that it doesn't show you on View Etherscan is that you withdrew, that you borrowed, a certain amount of UOST and you paid back a certain amount of UOST. It just says there was a transaction and it was zero ETH. Yeah.
I don't know
Um,
if our history is doing that. Did we?
our history isn't even doing that, so it's kind of
Yeah.
useless and it's costing us. So I think we just remove it for now on
Okay.
launch, and then we can look at that later after the MVP
So
is
I'm
launched.
putting a ticket on it, like remove history.
Yeah,
Are we clear on it?
yes, we're clear. Let's do that.
Okay then. Thanks.
All right. Hey, Ewan. Hey, George. Welcome.
Right?
Hey,
Let's see if there is anybody else coming. I'll just uh, let's see. All right. Well, we can get on with it without the rest for now. So, just give you a quick update on Mallorca blockchain days. It went really well. I got there, and there was obviously there's a few people that know the project there, and they were just very, very excited to see what was happening and how well it's going. So it's really good. When I demoed it, thanks to Murat for staying up and fixing up a couple of little things that were bothersome for the demo.
My pleasure.
Unfortunately, yeah, thank you. And unfortunately, the camera like ran out of batteries a couple or something. I don't know, someone told me. I have to watch the live screen. I haven't watched it yet, but nevertheless, people are very excited about the product. Like they really are, especially once we launch the collateral management side of things. Being able to trade the locked collateral is really really cool, really really interesting for them. So so I'm happy about that, and they're loving the interface. Every time I demoed it in private to someone, they're like, "Oh man, I just can't wait to use this. This looks so much fun." So I think we're on the right path. Um, One thing that I think we need to do is really set a final launch date now, and uh, and just pick the final things that we need fixing before we can launch, because it's one of these things where things just keep on getting added and added and added and changed and tweaked, and yeah, I think we can all agree that it would be just nice to have this in the wild. One thing that we are obviously waiting for is, Ewan to be happy, because that's the main one, with the contracts, but also some of the deals that we're trying to make with the dexes and with Bond Protocol to be finalized. So we're still working on that. So it is kind of tricky to give a final, um, and yeah, it's I'm not sure if my daughter's here singing in the background, so let's see. Um, uh, yeah, so um, in terms of what we have so far, I'll just share my screen, and I don't know if there's anything extra to show. Um, some of the changes have made new little bugs, like the NFTs not showing up here until I say sell NFT, and then and then they sort of show up, but these two don't. And I think that's just because the contract got upgraded, and I was like creating a new smart vault as the contract got upgraded or something like that. I'm not quite sure why that is. Um, but nevertheless, it's all but working. There's a couple of things here with this bar. I can still we're still working on this borrow up to and but everything else is pretty much done. Murat's fixed this already up, so if we deposit 100 here in this token, then then that will do its magic, and this updates to show the split between this asset and this asset, which is really cool. Let's have a look. Um, Bing, bing, bing. The blockchain's slow today, but yeah. Oh, there we go. Hey, so now you see that this USDC 6 is that much of the percentage. Maybe it would be good to put a percentage there. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it from the blockchain conference in Mallorca. I had a really nice time. It's obviously meeting old friends and stuff as well. And yeah, I'll hand it over to George to give us an update on
Hey,
that side.
hey, hey guys, yeah. Yeah, so just continuing with the standard stuff as we do in regards to content. In regards to like the partnership side, like you said with the dexes, we've actually sent over the proposal to Camelot Dex. So we're now awaiting our next call with them just to finalize the details for us to be featured on there. So yeah, that will be in due course. Hopefully within the next week, and the next time we speak here, we'll have something done and finalized.
Yeah,
Um, Josh was on the Reveal Twitter Spaces as well last week. So a bit more exposure on another protocols Twitter space there. We also had a meeting with Bond Protocol. The last time we gave an update, it was due to happen, but we actually had the meeting, and yeah, we're also looking to finalize with those guys as well in regards to a partnership. So that's another thing that will hopefully be done in the next week. We've also created the promo video for the standard smart vaults, which now has been posted on all our socials. And that will be forwarded to Arbitrum, who we've got a contact there who will promote that within the Arbitrum space, and with a view to also organizing a Twitter Spaces post launch on the official Arbitrum Twitter page. And we've got a couple more meetings this week with When Moon Market, which is an NFT marketplace on Arbitrum, so we can discuss with those guys in regards to our Smart Vault NFTs and Chainlink as well. We have a conversation with them at the end of the week just to discuss data feeds regarding zkVM, but also potential collaboration opportunities on marketing as well. And yeah, that's it from me.
yeah, awesome. All right. Yeah, I'm really excited about the Camelot Dex liquidity stuff. I think it's really good. I think, oh, here we're joined by Decentralized Dave, who's interested in that as well, in especially getting liquidity for TST.
Hello.
So that's I think really important to get that, and so the proposal's out on their side, so we're waiting
Josh
to hear
Dalster?
back. Um,
Anyone there?
sorry, I was
I
talking
just
before.
Hello.
I was on mute. Sorry,
no
guys.
worries, young.
Just a recap on that. I just mentioned that. I'm really excited about the DEX stuff with Camelot. Getting that liquidity for TST will be awesome. I see Decentralized Dave there. He's definitely been a big fan of getting liquidity onto TST, and that's effectively what this deal does with Camelot Exchange, allowing the APR to be in Grail so that we can promote getting liquidity into TST and into S-Euro. So one of the things where I'm really interested in is if they offer some sort of uh, trading, like collateral management tools, uh, liquidity management tools for the V3 pools. And I had a meeting with them, George and I, and they did mention something like that. That's what they're launching. They were meant to launch at the start of this month, but obviously they're still testing, so that suits us. But be good to come out and see what they're creating there. And the other thing we had a meeting with was Bond Protocol, and just to let you know, guys know where that's at. That's a really interesting one. It solves the problem that we butted up against, and that was price discovery for the stage 2 of the IBCO, which was a bonding protocol. So for you guys that in the team, obviously you know, but for those watching, basically when on the standard when you bought S-Euro, you bought it at a discount, and then you could put it into a bond onto a liquidity pool, and uh, and we gave you a return in TST, but we really had a difficult time choosing the price to offer the bond, the TST at, because if you make it uh, uh, too low, then then obviously the protocol sort of runs out. If you make it too high, and it depends on the price that TST's right now, and some of these bonds go for like 3 to 6 months, so it's kind of tricky. But what Bond Protocol, which are the guys from Olympus DAO, the meeting we had was really interesting because they're releasing a new product that it allows for basically an options contract. So you have the option to execute on the bond rather than just here's the price locked in, meaning that if you get a bond that's locked in at, let's say, 10 like I don't know, what, 5 cents or 1 cent, let's say 1 cent per TST, and the price of TST might go up to 5 cents, then you get that option. You can execute on that option at the time that your bond actually matures. So you can say, "Oh yeah, it's 1 cent. It's on the market. It's 5 cents. So I'm gonna take that." And if TST goes down in price and is below 1 cent, then they can just not execute the option and withdraw their liquidity from the pool, which is really awesome. I really like the idea because it does solve that problem of choosing a price and either pissing off people or making them way too happy and sort of destroying the protocol by doing that. So yeah, I'm really stoked with that. So we're going to have another meeting with that. We'll launch probably on Camelot Dex first, just with base liquidity mining incentives, and then Bond Protocol soon after that when they release their thing. So we'll be one of the first. They'll market the opportunity as well to their community, and they have massive amounts of community, obviously. So yeah, that's a bit of an update on that. I'll hand it over to Ewan.
Yeah, so I um the things that I have left over are still like working on the deployment stuff for all the like applications, front end application and the other applications that we have around smart vaults. I had some permission issues with the Google console until this week, but Philip sorted me out and now I'm good to go with all that. And so I started creating the deployment for like one of the smart vault applications yesterday, which will do the pricing API and will also run all the liquidation stuff. And then there's the Arbitrum stuff. So George helped me get in touch with someone from Arbitrum, and there's someone there kind of helping. In like potentially there's actually no problem, and what I've kind of written to get SEO ready for Arbitrum is already fine. But when I ran some tests on like the Girly network and Arbitrum Girly, there were some things that didn't really work as expected, because I can't remember if I've talked about this in previous meetings, but like all tokens can be bridged to Arbitrum via like a standard method. So there's already some SEO in circulation in the Arbitrum network. And what I want to make sure is that, like according to the documentation, if you then create a sort of custom token that you want to deploy to Arbitrum, and use that for your to bridge to from your mainnet token, that if there's already any in circulation that's been bridged by the standard method, users can bridge their old S0 back to mainnet and then again back to Arbitrum, and then they'll have the correct ones. But when I ran the test, like it didn't quite work using like the Girly networks. So yeah, I mean that, like according to the documentation, everything should be fine. So it's probably already ready to go, but it's just me being a bit cautious and checking making sure it works correctly on the test nets first. And those are the only things kind of between like stopping launch for me. Like once I've deployed this simple application, then I'll start working on deploying the front end application. I'm not sure if Murat's added the code to the GitHub repo yet, or but yeah.
I haven't had the time yet, but I will.
Okay. No, yeah, don't worry. I'm working on other stuff at the moment, so if you can do it at some point later in the week, then that would be cool. But yeah, don't.
Sure.
Yeah, it's fine.
Sure.
They're fantastic. Yeah, well, I mean, so the other thing which is kind of exciting and good is that we've finally came to a decision on the ticker symbol for moving forward, and the community settled on Euro S or EURST and USDST, and just ST as the postfix. And yeah, it's just something I have to get used to. I still don't like it as much as S, but it is taken by synthetics, and I don't want to cause confusion in the space. As much grammar
Yeah,
friendliness
and
as possible.
if we're all happy to go with that, then I'll make that change because I have to upgrade the contracts anyway for the Arbitrum stuff. So
Yep.
while I'm doing that, I will also make the change to the name and symbol.
Okay, cool. Excellent. Well, I'll hand it over to Murat. Thank you a lot. Thanks a lot, Ewan.
Thank you very much. Actually, I don't think there is much things left for me to say, because Josh already showed the code, what we have been doing, what I have been doing for the past time. Basically bug hunting instead of adding, because we are pretty much there with the features. There are some more things, but not much. What I'm trying to do right now is to make sure that everything works seamlessly and we are good to go. So that's what I'm doing.
All right, cool. Sorry, my my little one's running around, making noise. I'm trying not to have her on stream. Um, yeah, okay, cool. That sounds good. More, I'd love to sit more with you and go through some things later today. I'm pretty much. Uh, I think actually maybe we talked about everything yesterday, so I've just got to enter them into the cards, the stuff that we talked about. Um, in terms of like launching, I definitely want to do it by the end of this month. Um, so I hope that we can settle the deal with Camelot before that happens. So let's see if we can do that with their DAO and yeah, let's. I just can't wait to start people using this thing. It's really exciting. Yeah. So Thorax, unless you have something to say, let me know. Put up your hand or not, and or just if you have something to say. No. Okay. Cool. All right. Thanks everyone, and thanks for the 2 listeners that we had in the audience live. We do these every Monday usually. This time we did it Wednesday because I was on a conference. But yeah, just jump on the Discord and subscribe to the weekly meeting, and you'll be notified when we have them. And you can listen in, you can ask questions. Actually, if anyone does have a question, feel free to put it into the general post and we could talk about that. I was also thinking of bringing people live up on stage as well. That's also an option for next time. But now we've run out of time. Thanks everyone, and see you on the in cyberspace. Ciao.
Ciao.
Thank you. Ciao.